The UK 2024 theme park season is over, and now I think it's time to talk about Hyperia. May 2024 saw Thorpe Park in Surrey, a theme park that likes to market itself as the nation's thrill capital, an island like no other, briefly open Hyperia. Hyperia is the UK's tallest and fastest roller coaster. When I say briefly, I mean that the ride had a really good and successful press night, press launch, a brilliant opening day with loads of people in attendance, and then it broke for nearly a month. After that issue had finally been repaired, which many people believe to have been with the lift hill, and a component wearing out faster than it should have, Hyperia once again opened in June 2024. It has seen a few more days of downtime since then because sometimes the train does not make it over the large overbanked or outer banked turn and returns backwards into a valley position, at which point the park need to have it taken off via a crane/cherry picker. So standing at 236 feet tall, it goes at over 80 miles an hour. This coaster is imposing on the Thorpe Park landscape. Manufactured by Mack Rides, this is one of only a handful of hypercoasters they have created and really is something quite special and unique, I would say. It has four main elements. The first drop, which is extremely intense, vertical, and whips you around 180 degrees with absolutely outstanding ejector airtime, followed by the non-inverted Immelman, which is, I can, take it or leave it, and then finally the two standout elements of this coaster are a large outer bank turn, which after making a 180 degree turn continues to roll through the transition into an inverted dive and then back up into your 0G stall. After that, it dives down into a now deactivated fake splashdown, trims very, very hard where that element used to be, and then returns to the station via a little small wave turn, a little airtime hill, and into the brakes. On paper, this should be the best steel roller coaster in the UK, on paper. But is it really? In my opinion, I'm here to tell you that it is the best half a coaster in the UK. But it isn't the full package, and it's not a complete experience. Look, before you go off at me in a comment, hear me out. Hyperia is fantastic. Mack Rides have developed a showpiece, a way to show prospective buyers what can be accomplished with their hyper coaster model, including that large, unique outer bank turn to snake dive or whatever you want to call it. But I digress. I don't know if it was financial on the part of Merlin Entertainment, or perhaps time limitations on the ability to manufacture the ride. But half of the ride is missing. After going through the four main elements, which each pack their own unique punches, that is it. It's over. After you hit the fake splashdown from the stall, you trim hard. And you do feel it, and it is uncomfortable. This is because the trains are still packing enough momentum and kinetic energy to traverse a much longer layout, but they are quickly returned to the brake run. From the top of the first drop to hitting the brakes, it's under 30 seconds. And for what is supposed to be a full coaster, just leaves me wanting more. I have ridden Hyperia several times this year. I rode it in June, I rode it in August and October. I've ridden it morning, noon, and in the pitch black. And for me, personally, this is a night ride. It is better at night. It's a shame that the park doesn't stay open longer because more people should be able to experience Hyperia at night. The space was available to extend this layout for a more complete out and back section between the 0G stall and the brake run, but instead, the park and Mack decided that after the four main elements, that's it. The ride's done. Don't get me wrong, this thing is an airtime machine, with sustained ejector and floater airtime in roughly 50% of the ride, which is outstanding. but it just needs something more. This is not Mack Rides' first large-scale coaster in the United Kingdom. Whilst it is not as high or as fast, they built Icon at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, the UK's only double-launched roller coaster, and controversial opinion, out of the two, I do prefer Icon. That coaster has 2 launches, sure, they don't pack a punch, Mack Rides launches rarely do, but they send you into a totally unique and custom layout that utilises the coasters and rides that are already at Pleasure Beach for near misses. It hugs the terrain and only features one very, very slow inversion, an inline twist, and the ride experience is long enough for it to feel like a complete ride. It has 2 distinct halves, separated by the launches, and each has its own special standout moments. This, in my opinion, is why I do rate Icon just better than Hyperia. And that's not to say Hyperia is bad, it certainly is not. But in my top UK coasters, it is number 2. It just needed more, so it could expend that speed and energy with a few more exciting elements. Also, the faux splashdown, let's talk about that for a minute. It should probably just be removed. It isn't looking amazing, the track around it is very discoloured, it hasn't worked most of the season anyway, so just get it out. Hyperia is not themed, Icon is not themed either at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, but Hyperia sits in what appears to be a marsh. And they've not really done much with it. They're calling it stylized, but maybe 2025 we'll see some more landscaping and theming done to the area to make it just look a bit more pretty. I mean, the plaza, all of that is beautiful, but the area that the coaster sits on, it's not. Let me know down in the comments whether or not you agree, whether or not you disagree. Healthy debate is great. I love hearing people's opinions. This is why we call ourselves Real Review UK, because we don't sugarcoat anything. And once again, it's not bad. Hyperia is outstanding. It just needs, in my humble opinion, something more. But if you like this video and you want to see more, hear more from us, theme parks, travel, hotels, movies, unboxing things, we like to review stuff and we like to talk to you guys as well. So if you could hit that subscribe button, we would really appreciate it. And of course, a little like would go a long way too. Thanks for watching this one. We will speak to you in the next one. Bye for now.